back to my channel. My name is Ayanda and the Soil. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. I am back again, guys, with another video, and I'm using a front camera. So sorry. I feel like with this one I need to use a front camera because I need to see myself. Yeah, so I am doing a story time today. I'm a bit nervous, but let's do this. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like this video, and comment down below. How do I even start? So I met this guy on Facebook. I had just broken up with my boyfriend from Mixit, and it was not even a serious relationship. It wasn't a real relationship because we only dated on Mixit, right? Cool. So I'm now single, fresh out of high school. I am on Facebook a lot, and I'm also on BBM a lot. Great. So I post my BBM pin on on Facebook. So a lot of people obviously start adding my pin. Then this weird guy who I did not find attractive texts me, and I'm like, oh, gosh, this guy, why is he texting me? Why are you texting me? Like, because so why are you texting me? He texts me, because when you're young and you're lonely and you're bored. I still replied to him. I honestly did not find him attractive. When you don't find someone attractive, they can easily just annoy you. So that's what was happening with me. I was like, oh, this annoying guy. And I also had a crush. And I don't know what happened to my crush. I started entertaining this guy. He started talking about how he wants to get married. I mean, show me a girl that doesn't like fairy tale stories. Maybe there's like a few, but I want to get married one day. So I'm like, and I was fresh out of high school. So he tells me about marriage. Like, I want a wife, I want to have kids. Now I am giving him attention because he's talking about all these things. He's talking about marriage. He's talking about wanting a serious relationship. I was like, okay, let me give this guy attention. Great, I gave him attention. And we had not even met, me and him. We were just like still talking on the phone. He just kept on asking me to be his girlfriend, and I was just like, ugh. Well, I didn't, when he was asking me to be his girlfriend, I didn't exactly say no to him. I would avoid that question. To be honest, I don't know how I agreed to be his girlfriend, because even like short after we started dating, he would still get on my nerves, and he would still be so, there was just something about him that was not giving. I was like, I really I'm like, me and this guy are dating, but I still, there's just like something. Then he started posting me on BBM, started posting me on Facebook. Then I was like, damn, you know what this means? It means that I have to post him as well. It's like, no, I don't find him attractive. My friends will probably laugh at me if I post this guy. I don't find him attractive. He was attractive to other people, but he just was not attractive to me. He was not my cup of tea. But because I was lonely, I gave in. Great. We're now in a relationship. He's posting me. He's writing statuses about me on BBM, and he starts to make me his profile picture. And then one day he's like, how, why don't you post me? He was a model, and he was like, how, why don't you post me? And the only pictures I had of him were like his portfolio pictures, you know. And I was like, I didn't like those pictures. I didn't like it. Like, the fact that he was a model, it just like didn't do anything to me. Like, I just still, those like bekoninte off, I did not find him attractive. He was not even, I don't know if he was, he charming. He was charming, but he would still like get on my nerves, you know. You know when someone you're not interested in starts talking, and they just like trying to show you that they're interested in you, and you're not interested. You just like get so annoyed. Yeah. So that was me, and I was now in a relationship with him. Posts me, tells his family about me, tells his friends. I can't remember if he did he have friends. He had like, he was someone who was surrounded by a lot of family members. So I guess he was a family oriented man. I can't remember talking to one of his friends. He had female friends, but he was a family man. Like, he had cousins everywhere. Cousins, especially female cousins. So he started telling his family about me. He would post things about me on Facebook. He just like, everything was just, and we hadn't even met, me and this guy. Everything was just so fast. Everything was just like in a rush with him. And I hadn't seen my friends in so long. Now my friends see me in this guy. This guy tagged me on like Facebook. They see him posting about me. So now my friends are like, how, you're in a relationship? I'm like, yeah. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? I am in a relationship, and I couldn't tell my friends that I don't find him attractive. I don't think I like this guy, you know? And then time went by. I got used to talking to him. I fell in love with him. I guess, I don't know. But then I was so used to him that when he's like away, because I remember he went to, was it Swaziland? I can't remember if it was Swaziland, but he had to leave the country for business, and I think he was gone for like a week. So then I missed him so much. Like, I really did miss him. I think that's when I realized that, no man, I like this guy. I don't know. Do I like him? I don't know. I was like, he's the love of my life. I can't live without him. Plus, he wants a family, so he's mine. He's the love of my life. Great. So the relationship continued, and then true colors were shown. I was like, what? So I remember I went to a friend's birthday party, and that was a very close friend of mine. Obviously, when a close friend is throwing a party, being on your phone is not an option in a party. So I was not on my phone. My phone was in my bag the whole time. We didn't talk that day. We only spoke in the morning when I told him that I'm going to a friend's birthday party. So yeah. And I didn't tell him that I was not going to be on my phone because I didn't expect to be not on my phone. You know? Cool. I leave, I get home, I get like a million missed calls from him. Then I was like, oh, okay. missed calls, you know. When I was about to call him, I see a phone call. It was him. Then I'm like, hi. He's like, where have you been? I'm like, I told you I was at my friend's party. He's like, you're lying. Why are you not picking up your phone? I'm so calm. I'm the calmest person on earth. Even today, I still surprise myself. So I'm like, my phone was in my bag. So it's like the whole day, you don't even check your phone. He's like, you don't know you have a man now. Mind you, this is my first time being in a real relationship. So bengazi ukuthi you have to check on your man, you have to constantly check if your man is calling you. Then I'm like, he's like, were you with guys? I was like, no, I wasn't with guys. I was at a party, a very close friend's birthday party. He hung up on me, and I'm telling you, that was our first fight. I don't know if we should call that a fight, Angas, but that was our first fight. And I was like, my world is ending. I tried calling him, he didn't pick up. Now I'm thinking, who's gonna buy me? Now I'm thinking, who's gonna buy me BBS? Who's gonna buy me airtime? You know, because now I'm in varsity and I am broke. So who's gonna do that for me? I'm thinking, oh my gosh, my world is ending. This guy's not talking to me. And he called after like an hour or two, and I was so miserable. I was so miserable. And that's where the danger is. That is where the danger is. Bro, he calls me. He's like, hi, babe, how are you? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you're not gonna act like nothing, like you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna act like nothing happened. He acted. He acted like nothing happened. We forgot about it. We didn't talk about it. We never spoke about it. It was like, it was that. Ukuthi ungithethisile, mina, we didn't talk about it. I was like, okay, cool. I guess I was relieved because I didn't want to explain myself. I mean, being an andota, I was at my friend's party, for goodness sake. Great, so we're fine now. He calls me every day. He buys me BIS. He buys me airtime. He buys me airtime. Cool. Then we had like another it was like a mini fight that I never posted him. And at that time, the saying Uguti indoda poster was non-existent. So he's like, you never post me. I'm like, okay, might as well post you because I'm just saying hand when you're not talking to me. So then I started posting him, post up my portfolio. Like, he never used to send me like realistic pictures. I just like would always wonder why. This was like my first real relationship, so I didn't know what questions to ask. I just felt like whenever I'm asking something, I'm gonna push the person away, so I didn't ask him. Then I started posting his professional pictures about it, and he was very happy about it. Then he started saying, you should post me on Facebook. Now I must post you on Facebook, Then he was like, because you're my woman, just give me your Facebook logins. because I'm not doing anything, so I can freely give him my logins. And just because he's asking that, that means we are like he wants to be involved. I gave him my Facebook logins and I asked for his. Did he not take time to give them to me? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna give them to you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't know if he still needed to remember ukuthi ama-logins wakhe athini, but I let it go, but I still gave him mine because angisho uyangithanda, that's why he wants my logins. I gave him my logins. He eventually gave me his logins after I think I asked again. I was like, when are you gonna give me your logins? He asked for my logins because he wanted to post stuff as if it was me. Now, tell me if that's not controlling. He would post himself. He would post stuff about our relationship. When we're fighting, he would post things on my Facebook page like it was me. And I remember avoiding being on Facebook a lot because I was just like so annoyed with like business being out there. Our relationship was very public. And he would ask me why I don't post on Facebook anymore. And I'll just tell him that, no, I don't post on Facebook anymore because I'm over it, and I'd rather post on BBM. That's when he stopped. He stopped posting as well. And he started like wanting to be friends with my friends. He wanted to know each and every one of my friends, and he wanted to know my family members. He wanted my sister's number, he wanted my aunt's number, and I gave him their numbers. Now manje good relationship sephelile, honeymoon phase. Now we're fighting all the time, and he's the one that's always like causing these fights. He would fight with me and like be so disrespectful when we're talking on the phone. I remember we're talking on the phone, right? And I don't know what we're fighting about. I don't know what he was saying basically, and he was like, oh, you're so boring, my ex was better than you. I was like, what? Why would you say that? Then why are you not with your ex? Because man just say log cool. Then I still have his logins. I log into his Facebook. I check his inboxes. I see there he's talking to his ex. Exactly, lapha in my inbox iti. I had a dream about you. Had a dream that we were getting married. I'm like, and he's also entertaining that Leo ex Leo a better than me. He's entertaining that ex. I kept quiet about it. He didn't think I was still logging into his Facebook, so he was relaxed. He's just like, And then I don't know what happened. I logged into his Facebook again. My messages now I delete you. I just started making it a day-to-day thing. You would see I must log into his Facebook. Then I logged in to his Facebook to check. Then I see there's a new person on Facebook. We haven't even met, me and this person. We have not met. I am so young. This is my first real relationship. So I was so scared to ask questions with Hauganti. Aslangan mina now, why are you not saying anything about us meeting? Instead he's like always fighting me. So I go into his Facebook. I'm like, okay, If you're gonna fight me, then I'm gonna go to your Facebook. Go to his Facebook. He's talking to this new girl. This girl that he's busy talking to looks like me. Ufananam. The eyebrows and everything. But she's younger. You know, I'm like, hey. Obviously, this is making me sad because now I love this guy. You understand? Okay, cool. I log out, I log into mine. I start posting depressing things. He texts me, babe, are you okay? You know, then he starts fighting. Like, literally, 2 days when I paid him right? Then I was like, oh, you know what, screw it. I don't care what he thinks. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to meet me or what. If he doesn't, then my pen in the relationship. Ask him, it's like, yeah, sizohlangana. You know, I'm like, when? We've been dating for 6 months and we haven't met. When are we gonna meet? Are you even a real person? It's like, yeah, I'm real. I mean, like, I was like, are those even your pictures? Then he was like, you know what, we're gonna meet, it's fine. You know, then we met. I was so nervous on that day. I remember I went to Spur and I ordered a Spaletta cream soda and some burger. I didn't even finish that burger because I was too nervous. Maybe I had like a bite. I didn't finish because I was so nervous, and he was so charming. He looked better than these professional pictures that he used to send to me. I was like, and now I am falling hard for this guy. I'm like, he's amazing. We're not even fighting. Masi too, I see Louis. You know, we're fine. I'm like, we should do this more often because we have no good manji. See too, and we're not even fighting. And I was like, a relationship over the phone, we're gonna fight every day. So I think we should do this often. Maybe we should like meet every weekend. Because it was like a long distance relationship. He was like, yeah, avuma yonke into engiyivumayo. Then I left. He gave me money. I remember, listen to this, guys. He gave me money, right? It's like, yeah. He gave me like, I think it was 100 rand. Yes, he gave me 100 rand. It's like, nah, I take a taxi. I go back home, right? He calls me. Obviously, he asked me, I'm like, I got home. Actually, how? We are in a honeymoon phase again. We're happy. 3 days later, he starts with like fighting, and our fights were like, he would always start the fights. He would like, he would complain about a little thing. He would literally act like he was trying to call me. I phone it, and the phone will only ring once, and then he would then start texting me nonsense. Why aren't you picking up your phone? Tried calling you. And the phone was in my hand. It only rang once. Then he starts, Pela, ngoba yena, uyakwata. He will get mad and I will be miserable. And then he started being so disrespectful again. He was like, you even like stole my 100 rand. I'm like, when did I steal your 100 rand? We only met once. He's like, yeah, that 100 rand. You said, I didn't say you must take it. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You're insane. He's like, yeah, call me a thief. I'm just like, he called me a gold digger because he buys me BIS and he buys me airtime. And little BIS now little airtime living for yena pill. And he calls me a gold digger. He calls me the B word. You know, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know much about relationships, but this is not how I want to be treated. You know, Then I was like, you know what? Then man just said kwatamin, because I'm sure kwata cool. Man just said kwatamin. Get mad. Calls me. I was in the taxi. I remember I was in the taxi. He calls me because he sees that I'm like just like no longer entertaining his nonsense. I was over his nonsense. Now he calls me. He's like, hi. He's trying to act like we didn't just have a fight. He's trying to act like he didn't just call me a thief, right? He calls me, I'm in a taxi on my way to school. And he's like, hi. I'm like, hi. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be okay? It's like, you know, if we break up, you're never gonna find someone like me, someone who's gonna take care of you. You're gonna find labafana abancane abadlala ngamantombazane. Then I was just like, I was so quiet on that phone call. I remember I was in a taxi. Because I was in a taxi, I didn't want to say anything. And also in J, I'm just like, what is he saying? And I almost believed him. I was, guys, you know, being young. I was young. I was like, actually, he might be right. He might be right. Like, I might never find, I mean, umuntu ozongiphatha kahle. I might never find umuntu ozongiphatha kahle. And to be honest, he knows what he was doing. Because we were fine after that. You know, we were fine. Then he would start another fight, Silwe, and he would call my friends to like speak to me, because I just like, I cannot handle his nonsense anymore. And he like would text my friends. He would inbox my friends. I was like, oh, this guy. That's why he wanted to know each and every one of my friends. And he would also call a cousin of mine. When we were fighting, he would talk to my cousin. And then he'd call me and say, you know, I was talking to your cousin. You know, we just like had a conversation. I'm even thinking of going to KZN to go see her. I was like, why are you going to KZN to see my cousin? Like, what is the reason for that? And I was like, no, because she's my family. Then I would be like, what if we break up? Then he was like, then she will still be my family. I was like, this guy is psycho. I'm actually like so tired. And wait, guys, I think I missed the part where he was so I would be so confused. And I remember he was so mad at me about something so stupid, right? Because I don't know why, but he was just like such a toxic person. So he was mad at me, and he spent like a week not talking to me, and I was miserable. I was miserable. I remember I was so miserable because he even blocked me on what do you call this, on BBM. Then he unblocked me, and then I saw that he unblocked me, and then I quickly made a video because we didn't have my video calls then. I took a video of myself crying, begging him to take me back because we had broken up that time. And I was like, please take me back. I remember that video is I remember I was wearing a green top on that video. So I was like, please take me back. I miss you so much. If you don't take me back, then I will have no choice but to kill myself. I mean, we've all been there. Then that's when he like softened up. That's when he was like, oh babe, he started calling me babe. I was so excited that he's calling me babe. That means we are fine. That means we're okay. The love of my life is back. So guys, abafana, no ways. Abafana babaloya ngathi. There's no way. Babaloya abafana and babaloya ngathi, unfortunately. So then we were fine. Then we started fighting again. Then I was like, I'm over it. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. And then I broke up with him. And I started talking to other people. And I blocked him on Facebook. I blocked him on WhatsApp. Blocked him on BBM. I couldn't block his number, unfortunately, on my phone. So then I was getting a lot of calls from him. A lot of incoming calls, like, from this guy. And I was like, and it was so annoying. I was so over him. I would look at his pictures and I was like, I should have listened to that feeling inside of me. It's ikonito off. I should have listened to that feeling. I should have. Because I would look at his pictures and I'm like, ew. Yeah. He kept on calling me and he called so many times I ended up answering the phone and he started crying over the phone. Please take me back. I am so sorry. I was like, Agisakufuni. It felt so good to say that. I was like, Agisakufuni. I don't love you anymore. It's like, you're lying. You love me. I'm like, I don't love you anymore, darling. I don't love you anymore. Please leave me alone. There's a reason why I blocked you everywhere. Don't ever call me again. Ayanda, please. I'm like, it felt so good. You know how nice it feels to get over someone? It felt so good. I thought I was over him. I wasn't. I started missing him because, you know, it's this thing. I have this thing of wanting to rush the healing process, and I think that's what I was doing. I started talking to other people. It didn't work with other people because I was still missing him. Then, you know what I did? I started unblocking him. I went back to him. It's like, I'm so happy you're back. Then we met the second time. Because we only met once. And now, I think it's going to like a year. I think 8 months into a relationship, we're only meeting for the second time. The second time was fun. He was talking about, we hadn't done anything. Me and this guy, like, nothing. We even broke up. Nix. He was like, we should go to, like, I don't know. A motel. Guys, the way I was so young, I'm not even asking good how. Why aren't we going to your house? What's wrong with your house? You know, I'm not even asking that. I'm just like so happy because I just went to a motel or whatever, like to a hotel. Right? It's like, he was like, because I want to give you a baby. Oh my God. And that made me so happy. I was like, he started touching my stomach and he was like, I can't believe my children are gonna come out of this. Like, and that just warmed my heart. So it's like, he wants to make me his wife. He wants me to be the mother of his kids. I was just like so happy. Guys, if you get konagala abafana masibayekeni abafana. Actually, we're together, so we're not fighting because I mean he's here next to me. We're just like talking about our future and how many kids we want. And this is my first year of varsity. I'm busy talking about having kids with this guy that's so toxic. And I was like, I went back home and I don't know what he did. Oh, yes. So, okay, so I went back home. Fine. The relationship was fine. Like 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. The relationship was fine. We were not fighting. So now we're back to like a honeymoon phase. Then he starts another fight. He sends me a picture of a guy that I don't even know. Then he says, "Who's this?" I look at this picture, I'm like, I don't know. Isn't that your brother or something? He's like, no, you're so disrespectful. How can this be my brother? This guy inboxed me on Facebook and told me to leave you alone. I'm like, what? He's like, don't act like a fool. Don't act like you don't know. And I was like, you know what? If you want to break up with me, just like, tell me. Don't come with things I don't understand. Who is this guy? It's like, no, you tell me. You tell me, Ukutubando. This guy says he is your boyfriend. I'm like, I only have one boyfriend. It's like, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I was like, oh, I'm so over this. Then he stopped talking to me for like, I don't know, 3 days. My friends don't know what I'm going through with this relationship. They have no idea. Then I had to log into his Facebook account again just to see how. I see he's talking to this girl, and this girl is like, how? Must you say you don't want me? How? Must you made it clear that you're dating so and so? And so is this girl that looks like me, and he once posted that girl saying Guti, that girl is her cousin. Ugh. We didn't have screenshots around that time. I couldn't take a screenshot of that. I was so annoyed because he is now always posting this girl on BBM. This girl is always his profile picture, his cousin. Then I'm like, I sent him a text, a very long text. I was like, I'm done. A very long, like a paragraph. And he called me. I was like, I can't believe that you are the one that's cheating after accusing me of cheating. No. I am out of here, and I was out. So I was like, I'm done. So yeah, I was like, no, this guy has put me through a lot, so I'm just gonna like, it's over. And it ended. It took a while for him to like really get over me, but then I was just like not having it. I was always getting calls from him, calling me, trying to see if he can get back with me, and then I was like, no. That's it. That's my story time. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.